I know many of you asked me if Tampa Bay is going to be the area where we're going to settle, and I tell you, I just don't know. I absolutely love Florida, and we may or may not end up there. I do know I need to end up where it's warm, so most likely Florida, but I haven't ruled out different countries that are warm, like southern Spain, Costa Rica. I really just don't know. I'm just playing by ear. We love where we are right now. Kids are in college for the next few years, so I'm sure we'll stay put for a little while. I do love Ohio, and I do come back, and I will come back every year. So you'll see us here once a year and wherever else that we can travel to, because I love traveling and Rick loves traveling, so that's definitely on the agenda. If you didn't see the last video I did talking about the nature center and the duck pond, this is where Rick and I went on our first date. And we went out on that bridge, and I remember he held my hand. That was very nerve-wracking. There was no kiss involved, just hand holding. Good old-fashioned hand holding. But yeah, this is where he brought me, and it was nice. We got to know each other a little bit. And now 24 years later, we're still together. I was trying to figure out where the ducks were, and I was saying that they evacuated before the Ohio winter. Willow was laughing at me. But they do migrate, not evacuate, August and September. So they're probably where we live, somewhere down in Florida, trying to stay warm, because I don't see any here. So today I thought I'd take you where we used to live in Ashtabula County, at least the neighborhood. Today we're driving through Geneva on the Lake. This place here, I love ice cream, but I can't eat it. But they carry banana ice cream sometimes, different flavors.
Arriving at Village of Geneva on the Lake, on the left.
And on the left here you have the Lodge and Conference Center. So if you ever have a wedding or something like that, it's a really nice place. And now they have, Willow, pan over here for me. See to the left there? They have all those that you can rent out, I think. I don't think they're for sale, but I'm not sure. And then there's other cabins, I believe, that you can rent on Geneva on the Lake. But it's a place where people come in the summer. I believe after, I'm not sure if it's after Labor Day that it's closed up. And there's a museum over to the left here, the Antique Museum. Our neighbor used to volunteer over there. If you're into antiques, there's a lot of antiques out here. There's a couple of wineries right in this Geneva on the Lake, and of course there's a lot more throughout Ashtabula County. And this here to the right is great for the kids. We brought the kids here a couple times. They've got bouncy things and
zip lining,
and I don't remember what else, but lots of stuff for children. And then there's a little park off to the right hand side. It's a tiny little park. When the kids were little, they used to play there. And you got your visitor center. And then of course you got plenty of places that have a beer. And to the left here you have a winery, restaurant. This is really good. This is called Firehouse Winery, I believe. And you could actually sit and look over the lake, Lake Erie, back in there. And yeah, lots of bars and grills. If you like donuts, right here, Madsen Donuts to the right, those were delicious. And the gyros, or gyros, I always say that wrong, gyros, those are good. So it's a fun place to be. And the lake is literally on the left-hand side here. Oh, Eddie's Grill, right here. Well, I'll show them right there. But everything's, well, not everything's closed, but most of it's closed at this time of year. We're gonna go to one of the parks that the kids used to go to, if I could find it, down here. One of my favorite shows is Little House on the Prairie. I've been watching the repeats during the week, and the one-room schoolhouse kind of reminded me of this. That's a new bench. That's nice. I don't remember seeing that. Century Schoolhouse, 1880. It's actually around the year of Little House on the Prairie, if any of you are fans of Laura Ingalls books. Let's go around so I could show it to you. It's not that big. I'm sure there was a little fireplace because there's the lake. The lake is right here, and it gets really cold. I remember in August taking the kids to the park and having to wear a hat. I mean, it's not always, but sometimes it just can be cold even in the summer right on the lake because the wind blows from Canada. Canada is just right across that way. I'm guessing that's kind of newer, not 1880s. I don't know when they built that, the porch. So there you have it, the little schoolhouse. We have a little woolly bear. We used to have these on the property all the time. Look at that, aren't they cute? Something about how long the winter is going to be. I don't remember. Yeah. You know their colors? I'll have to look that up. There's something about that in the weather. Our neighbor taught us a lot about the country life when we moved out here. Those waves are really big today. I told Willow not to go any closer because they're, and I just had a dream last night about this. This is weird. About like a tsunami actually though, not just waves crashing up. Yeah, don't go any more that way because the waves are pretty big. Oh my goodness. That's Lake Erie, Canada, straight across. I would like to get a little closer, but these waves are too big. Boy, can you imagine having to swim in that if you fell off a boat? Oh my. This is lightning. Oh, yeah, those are probably thunder clouds out there. On Lake Erie, it's another, you know, state park, Geneva State Park, I think it's called. And you could drop your boat down in here, roll with sea-doos. Very nice place. Clouds getting dark out there. The storm is coming in. We did see a lightning bolt before. This reminds me the time of year when we lived here is when I would stock up before winter, because winter will come fast. Stock up on toilet paper, paper towels, cereal, foil, anything I needed for the house that would last, any canned items I might use when the kids were babies, diapers, wipes, you name it, anything that wasn't perishable. And then of course, I would put plenty, I had a second freezer, so I would even freeze bread. I had extra flour, sugar. I just stocked up because I didn't want to have to fight the snow and the blizzards, because this is snow belt area, northeast Ohio. So just like Florida where we prepare for hurricanes, here we prepared for blizzards, snowstorms, so you didn't have to leave if you didn't want to. Of course, people who work have to leave, but I worked always from home and took care of the kids and stayed home and homeschooled, so we could stay home. A lot of you I know that live in the colder states, you probably do the same. Once when I was little, I threw a message in a bottle out in Lake Erie. I was probably 10 years old. I wonder to this day if it was ever found. Something when people find those bottles, because it could be so many years later or they're never found. Our father was a longshoreman when I was little, and so he worked on Lake Erie. And these birds, he used to name them, and I really thought they all had names. Sammy, George, I'm not sure all the other names, but when I was little I'd sit with him by the lake and he says, "There's Sammy again, there's George." And I'd say, "Hi George, hi Sammy." And then there was other times we would watch the sunset and he'd say, the sun was going to bed and I should say goodnight to the sun, and I'd wave and say, "Good night, sun." What wonderful memories I had on Lake Erie. Now we're gonna go see Harper's Field covered bridge. We used to come down here all the time. People like to fish down here. Thanks for watching. Thumbs up, please share, don't forget to subscribe, and most importantly, don't forget to live a passionate life.